Thursday, November 29th, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, I want to check in with our friends down in Australia as they're dealing with a huge wildfire situation right now along the coast of Queensland. From what I'm understanding, there's over 130 active wildfires that stretch over 500 miles. In fact, I think it's in the neighborhood of 600 miles all along this area here. You can see it from space. I'm going to share those pictures with you from the Himwari here in just a minute. This first photograph I want to show you came from near the town of Townsville City, and this was sent in by Jim from Australia, and that's a first-hand look at some of the smoke from one of the many wildfires in this area that are visible from space. Here at 9 News out of the area, you can see what look like familiar sights like what we just saw over in California, the shells of automobiles and buses that were the side effect of these very intense wildfires that are currently active in the area. Once again, there was, the last I checked, at least 130, if not more. Here's a map of some of the wildfires, and you can see they spread inland, 100 miles? I mean, it's a big area, over 500-600 miles north and south. Looks like it goes inland at least 100 miles. Just an unbelievable scene that they're calling unprecedented. They're not used to this magnitude of wildfires. I'm going to share a news article that was shared with me by Jim also. And here it goes. We're going to play this real quick, and this kind of gives us a little better perspective of what's going on down there.
125 fires burning across the state, and of most concern tonight is the Capricornia region, where thousands of people are being evacuated. Authorities are now warning winds there are getting stronger and won't ease until night falls. The biggest danger is at Mount Larkham, 70 kilometres south of Rockhampton. 300 people live there, and when our crews arrived this afternoon, police were in the throes of evacuating them. That evacuation became frantic when the fire jumped the Bruce Highway. We now understand that many are cut off and families are trapped on the Bruce Highway. Here's some of what the Premier had to say about this situation just a short time ago.
We have, at the moment, a catastrophic fire danger for the Capricornia and Central Highlands.
Well, as a fierce fire threatened to destroy the tiny communities of Rules Beach and Baffle Creek, residents were forced to flee by boat. Despite repeated warnings, the last road to safety was cut off before some people got out.
An eerie dawn emerges over a disaster zone as firefighters prepared to brave their toughest day at deep water.
There is potential for fire tornadoes. Expect up to 100-kilometre winds across central region.
The makings of a volatile and dangerous firestorm that brought deadly warnings.
It's not normal for Queensland.
You heard him say it's not normal for Queensland to see this magnitude of wildfires all at the same time. Like I said, extending over 500-600 miles in length, probably 150 miles inland. You can kind of get a perspective here from space. You can see all the wildfires here. This is from the Himwari satellite. This is an animation of the wildfires from News 7. And you can see a huge area. That's why the gentleman said this is an unprecedented event. And it certainly is. You can see the pictures here that you can find linked below in the description box. Looks eerily similar to what we just saw over in California. Here's some pictures here that were also shared with me. They did mention in the video report there of the possibility of fire tornadoes, and there is one that was shared with me from the Australia area. This is a big cloud, big wall of smoke that was from the Townsville area. Here's another look at the map of the wildfires. Last I looked, there was 130, maybe more. I don't know what the situation is right now, as it's around 5 o'clock in the morning. It's almost daybreak, and wildfires are visible from space. Also, the carbon monoxide levels over here at Null School, you can definitely tell where they're most concentrated. That's right here in this area. Those are very high levels of carbon monoxide that are generally associated with wildfire and wildfire smoke. And you can see it extends on Null School even. Couple 100 miles worth of very thick carbon monoxide. Go over here to the Himwari and you can see the fire, not only the smoke, but the fire flames from space. Check this out. Watch for the orange. See the orange there? It's going to make another loop here again. And this is in real time. In fact, like I said, it's almost a few hours away from daylight. Right where my cursor's at, right there. See the orange? Those are wildfires, visible from space. That's how intense and how big these things are. So the situation got out of hand very, very quickly. They weren't expecting this type of wildfire in this area, and they've never dealt with anything quite this big. In fact, they're getting help from New South Wales. In fact, they're coming up. Crews are coming up like they did here in America. In fact, we got help from people down south with the California wildfire, so we may have crews down here helping them. I don't know. I haven't heard, but I do know that they've got help coming up from the south to try to get this under control. But right now, there's over a 500-mile stretch along the Queensland coast of active wildfires as I do this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a super day and be safe out there.